If you're wondering which budget gaming monitors are worth your money, stick around. After we run through each product, I'll give you my personal take. Would I buy it or would I skip it? No fluff, just my honest opinion. Let's get into it. AOC Q27G3XMN. This bad boy packs 336 mini LED zones and 180 Hz refresh rate for just $250 to $280, making it the unicorn of budget HDR gaming that actually doesn't suck at local dimming. The viewing angles are so terrible that your friends will think you're playing a different game when they look at your screen from the side, and the VA panel ghosting will haunt you like your ex's Instagram stories. Would I buy it? Yes, because getting decent HDR performance for under $300 is rarer than finding a parking spot at the mall during Christmas. BenQ Mobiuz EX2510S. At $300, this 25-inch IPS panel delivers rock-solid 165 Hz performance with excellent build quality and surprisingly good speakers that don't sound like they're drowning in a fishbowl. The downside is you're stuck with boring old standard RGB color gamut instead of wide color, making your games look about as exciting as watching paint dry in comparison to modern displays. Would I buy it? Maybe, because while it's reliable as your grandmother's cooking, the lack of extended color support makes it feel like you're gaming in 2019. Gigabyte M27QX. This 27-inch speed demon rocks a ridiculous 240 Hz refresh rate and costs around $400 to $530. But the brightness is so pathetic at 210 nits that you'll need to game in a cave to see anything properly. The contrast ratio is an embarrassing 230 to 1 instead of the promised 1000 to 1, making black levels look more like dark gray levels that would make even a budget TV laugh. Would I buy it? No, because paying premium prices for a display that can't even hit basic IPS panel standards is like buying a Ferrari with a lawnmower engine. AOC Gaming C27G4ZXE. This curved 27-inch beast delivers an insane 280 Hz refresh rate for around $175, making it faster than your internet connection and cheaper than your monthly coffee budget. The VA panel gives you decent 4000 to 1 contrast ratio, but the build quality feels cheaper than a gas station energy drink, and the stand only tilts because apparently swivel adjustment costs extra. Would I buy it? Yes, because 280 Hz for $175 is such a steal that it's practically highway robbery in reverse. Samsung Odyssey G4. This 27-inch flat IPS panel pumps out 240 Hz for around €149 and delivers buttery smooth gaming performance that'll make your old 60 Hz monitor cry in shame. The backlight bleeding is so bad in all four corners that it looks like your monitor is trying to escape through the edges. And the eco sensor limits brightness to 130 candela per square meter until you dig through menus like you're defusing a bomb. Would I buy it? Maybe, because the price is unbeatable, but the backlight bleeding makes dark scenes look like someone's shining flashlights behind your screen. Cooler Master GM34-CWQ. This 34-inch ultra-wide beast packs quantum dot technology and 144 Hz refresh rate, making your games look like they're painted with unicorn tears. But the 3.6 millisecond input lag means you'll still get your ass kicked in Counter-Strike by 12-year-olds. The curved VA panel delivers stunning colors with over 98% DCI-P3 coverage, though the 4000 to 1 contrast ratio won't save you from the fact that it costs $650 and you'll need a graphics card that doesn't exist yet to actually push those pixels. Would I buy it? Maybe. It's like buying a Ferrari when you live in a city with speed bumps every 10 feet. Alienware AW2724DM. Dell's budget gaming attempt gives you 165 Hz that overclocks to 180 Hz, which is cute considering my old monitor from 2012 probably has better contrast than this thing's disappointing ratio that makes blacks look grayer than my soul after a Monday morning meeting. The IPS panel delivers decent colors and low input lag for responsive gaming, but the local dimming feature is so terrible it actually makes the contrast worse, like adding ketchup to a perfectly good steak. Would I buy it? No. Paying for Alienware branding just to get worse picture quality than a basic monitor is like buying designer water that tastes like tap. Gigabyte GS27QXA. This 27-inch speed demon runs at 240 Hz and can overclock to 260 Hz, making it faster than my internet connection and probably more reliable than my last 3 relationships combined. The IPS panel delivers sharp visuals with decent contrast for the price, but it's more basic than a pumpkin spice latte order. No USB ports, no speakers, just pure gaming performance that'll make you question why you ever settled for 60 Hz. Would I buy it? Yes, at $269. It's the gaming monitor equivalent of finding a $20 bill in your old jeans. AOC Q27G4ZXMN. This mini LED monster packs 1,152 dimming zones into a budget price that'll make OLED owners cry into their overpriced panels, delivering contrast that's deeper than my regret for not buying Bitcoin in 2010. The 180 Hz VA panel with quantum dot technology serves up colors so vibrant they'll burn your retinas in the best way possible, though the stand has fewer adjustment options than my dating life. Would I buy it? Yes. Getting mini LED technology for half the price of OLED is like finding a unicorn that also does your taxes. LG 27G4Z. This 240 Hz IPS panel delivers smooth gaming performance with low input lag that'll make your reflexes feel superhuman until you realize the contrast ratio is so low that black levels look more washed out than my motivation on a Sunday afternoon. The wide color gamut covers 95% DCI-P3 for decent visuals, and the HDMI 2.1 support means your console won't feel left out. But the HDR performance is about as impressive as a participation trophy. Would I buy it? Maybe. It's solid for competitive gaming if you can live with blacks that look more like dark gray and pretend HDR doesn't exist. Dell S3222DGM. This 32-inch curved beast delivers solid 1440p gaming at 165 Hz with excellent contrast that makes your games pop like a bag of chips. But the lack of HDR support means you're stuck in the Stone Age while everyone else is living in the future. The 4-millisecond response time keeps up with your reflexes, though the black smearing in dark scenes will have you squinting like you're trying to read the fine print on a sketchy contract. Would I buy it? Yes. At around $300. It's basically the Honda Civic of gaming monitors. Reliable and gets the job done without breaking your wallet. Koorui 24XE3. This little 24-inch speedster rocks 165 Hz and 1 millisecond response time for just $115, making it cheaper than your monthly coffee addiction while delivering colors so vibrant they'll make your eyes water. The downside is, you're getting what you pay for with a smaller screen that'll have you leaning forward like you're trying to read subtitles on a phone. Plus, good luck finding customer support when things go sideways. Would I buy it? Maybe. It's perfect if you're broke but still want to pretend you're a pro gamer, just don't expect miracles from a monitor that costs less than a decent dinner. HP Omen 32QQ. This 32-inch panel brings decent 1440p visuals with 99% sRGB coverage and 400 nits of brightness that'll blind you faster than looking directly at your ex's Instagram stories. The problem is, HP decided to phone it in with mediocre response times and refresh rates that make it feel like you're gaming through molasses compared to the competition. Would I buy it? No. When the Dell S3222DGM exists for similar money with better gaming performance, buying this is like choosing a minivan when you could have a sports car. Gigabyte M28U. This 28-inch 4,000-pixel monster delivers stunning visuals with 144 Hz refresh rate and exceptional color accuracy that'll make you question why you ever settled for potato-quality graphics. The catch is, you'll need a graphics card more powerful than a small nuclear reactor to actually push 4,000 pixels at high frame rates. Plus, the HDR is about as impressive as a wet napkin. Would I buy it? Maybe. If you've got the hardware to feed this hungry beast and $500 burning a hole in your pocket, it's solid. But most people would be better off with a cheaper 1440p option. AOC CQ27G3Z. This curved 27-inch VA panel cranks out an insane 240 Hz refresh rate with excellent contrast that makes dark scenes actually visible instead of looking like you're staring into the void. The downside is, it needs more calibration than a Formula 1 race car to look decent out of the box, and the overdrive is weaker than my motivation on Monday mornings. Would I buy it? Yes. At $375 for 240 Hz, it's like finding a Ferrari at Honda prices. Just be prepared to spend some time tweaking settings. Gigabyte M27QA ICE. This white beauty delivers 180 Hz of smooth gaming goodness with excellent color accuracy that makes your games pop like a bag of chips. But the HDR is about as impressive as a wet napkin, with no extra brightness or contrast to speak of. The build quality is solid, and the backlight strobing actually works with adaptive sync, which is rarer than finding a parking spot at the mall. Though you'll be paying around $280 for a monitor that looks like it belongs in a fancy coffee shop. Would I buy it? Maybe. It's a solid performer that won't break the bank, but that weak HDR makes me sadder than a pizza with no cheese. MSI G272QPF. At just $240, this bad boy punches way above its weight class with premium gaming performance and higher than average IPS contrast that actually makes blacks look black instead of dark gray. The 170 Hz refresh rate keeps things buttery smooth, and the color accuracy is so good out of the box, you won't need to calibrate it, but the gamma is lighter than my motivation on Monday mornings, and there's slightly less red coverage than other wide gamut screens. Would I buy it? Yes. For the money, you literally cannot find better HDR or gaming performance. It's like getting a sports car for the price of a bicycle. ViewSonic Omni VX2728J-2K. This monitor has an input lag of just 2.8 milliseconds, which is faster than my reflexes when someone mentions free pizza, and the aluminum stand upgrade makes it sturdier than my commitment to going to the gym. The full HD resolution on a 27-inch screen puts you right at the edge of acceptable pixel density territory. And while the on-screen display navigation is about as intuitive as assembling IKEA furniture blindfolded, the overall performance hits that sweet spot between budget and quality. Would I buy it? Maybe. The lightning-fast response time is tempting, but that 1080p resolution on 27 inches makes me squint harder than trying to read terms and conditions. Asus TUF VG279QM. This absolute unit cranks up to 280 Hz, making it faster than my heart rate when I see my credit card bill, with response times that are literally the best measured from any IPS panel to date. The eLMB sync feature lets you use motion blur reduction and variable refresh rate at the same time, which is like having your cake and eating it too. But the 1080p resolution on a 27-inch screen in 2025 feels like bringing a flip phone to a smartphone convention. Would I buy it? No. Sure, it's the speed demon of monitors, but that 1080p resolution makes everything look chunkier than my attempts at pixel art. HP 27QS. This 240 Hz beast delivers excellent color accuracy straight out of the box and gets bright enough to blind your neighbors through the window. But the contrast ratio is lower than my expectations for a decent movie sequel, and blacks look grayer than Seattle weather. The local dimming feature in HDR mode causes more blooming than my allergies in spring, and you can't even turn it off. Plus, those built-in speakers sound worse than a dying walrus trying to sing opera. Would I buy it? Maybe. The gaming performance is solid, and the price is reasonable, but that terrible HDR implementation makes me want to throw it out the window faster than Windows Vista. Thanks for watching. I hope this video helped you pick the budget gaming monitors for you. If you have any questions, drop a comment below. Links to all of these products mentioned in this video will be in the description,